Spider-Man is timeless. He's been around since the 60s. He's been the hero for so many kids all around the world. He's made so many childhoods brighter. And that's just outside the Marvel Comics. In them, Spidey is just as amazing, if not more so. He's the hero down in the street helping out the little guy, doing what the Avengers can't while they're dealing with giant monsters and elder gods threatening the world. And that's where our comic opens. We get a look into the thoughts of a crook on the job, thinking to himself about how much he loves this city. And not just because of the food or the culture or whatever, but because of the heroes. Which seems kind of strange, right? Why would a criminal love a bunch of costumed wackos, butting in and picking up guys like him on a dime a dozen? Well, my dear true believers, it's because guys like Iron Man and Thor are never around to stop two-bit goons like him. Not when they're dealing with cross-dimensional invasions and whatnot. It leaves him free to crank out a couple scores to set him up for a little while, get him living on Easy Street until he needs to get back into the criminal underworld again. When the heroes are busy, that's when a lifer like him can get some real work done. Well, every hero, except one. The friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Though friendly certainly isn't the word Frankie would use for the web-slinger. Frankie bolts, with Spidey sitting back and firing off a terrible quip before snapping the crook up with a well-placed web line to his shoe. And just like that, Frankie's stuck hanging around for the pigs to pick him up once Spidey's swung away. But before he can, Frankie asks, why does Spider-Man always have to be in his business? And of course, our lovely wallcrawler has an answer. He just loves catching up with him. And when he says this, we see all the times Spidey's taken Frankie down over the years, all of which being during big Marvel events where most everyone had something better to be doing. Though, quick aside, this bit here is from the Onslaught event, where Ben Reilly was Spider-Man, which means either Ben took up bringing down Frankie while Peter was out of the webs and told his spider bro about it afterwards, or Peter just went ahead and did it while he was just a little old investigative journalist. Either option being hilarious to me. Spidey sighs, looking back on the great times they've had, while Frankie, not amused, just shoots off that he hates him. Poor Webs. It truly is a thankless job to be him, huh? We catch up with Frankie 3 to 5 years in Rikers later, ready to have his revenge on Spider-Man. He's had a long time to plan this out, and he's got it all figured out. Frankie lies in wait until the Capes are busy dealing with another big event fighting some zombie robots or something. And then he pulls another gig. Like clockwork, Spidey's on the scene, asking if Frankie's only doing this because the meatloaf in Rikers is that good. The crook plays it cool, grabbing the wallcrawler's attention while a well-placed rope descends behind him. Before Spider-Man can react, it's got him, wringing him back into a tight chokehold as several more goons step out of the shadows. They all congratulate Frankie on a job well done, helping him capture the webhead, and then they get busy beating the ever-living snot out of him, saying it's payback for all the trouble he's caused them over the years. Spidey struggles to get back up to his feet, telling Frankie that he's disappointed. I mean, really? An ambush? He thought they had something special. A magical bond between a dashingly handsome superhero and the not-so-dashingly handsome crook he's always catching. But for once, Frank's not on the wrong side of the quip. For the first time, he has all the power, and he tells Spider-Man that he's done clowning on him, that these guys are gonna shut his mouth for good. But come on, it's Spider-Man. You really think he's about to be done in by a couple of no-names who just barely got the drop on him with a little bit of rope and a can-do attitude? Yeah, no, I didn't think so. And really, all 4 of them should know him better by now. But fine, let's do this one last time. He's got the proportionate strength of a spider, which means he's really strong, exceptional agility, level 6 according to his trading card, excellent fighting skills, including a fighting style taught by none other than Shang-Chi, a tingly spider sense that warns him about danger, and what's a spider without webs? He makes them himself. Frankie bursts out of the warehouse, arms swinging wildly in front of him, knowing he's lost the upper hand completely with all his buddies out cold. He shouts at Spider-Man, "Why you gotta keep picking on me? Look around! The world's going to hell and you gotta stop a robbery? Why? Why me? I'm just a nobody. I'm just some guy." And Spider-Man stops cold, and he just He stares for a moment, and then he speaks. You think the crimes you commit don't matter? That nobody's ever gonna get hurt because of you? And as he says this, we get flashes of the people Peter Parker has lost. Uncle Ben, Gwen Stacy and her father, Jean DeWolf, even Aunt May. So yeah, the world might be going to hell. Alien slime monsters might be eating the Empire State Building. But until you stop doing what you're doing, I'm never going to stop finding you and putting you away. Because to me, you're not just some guy. And with that, Frankie's webbed up and waiting for a one-way ticket to Rikers, with Spider-Man swinging off into the night, knowing he's done Uncle Ben proud, knowing that, in some small way, he's made up for that stupid, selfish decision to let that crook get by him all those years ago. Just some guy. I adore this issue. It really dives into what makes Spider-Man so special all these years later, and it makes me proud to be a fan of the character. Proud to be sharing my love for him with you guys in any way I can. Be it Peter, Ben, Miles, Miguel, and hey, even Otto sometimes. I truly don't believe that Spider-Man will ever really go away. No matter how bad the modern comics might be thanks to stuff like One More Day, the living embodiment of a hernia known as Dan Slott, and of course, Paul. Anyway, I want to thank you so much for stopping by, and hey, stick around. I've got a little comic dub around the corner that I think you'll enjoy. It's Spidey going off on Jonah about, well, everything. But before that, I'd like to thank Queen Crimson, Serenity, Alex the Awesome, Super 8-Bitable, Ubeck, and Caroline Wooden for becoming members of the channel. With that being said, this is the Synth Voice Network, signing off for the night. See ya, true believers.
That does it! This time, Jameson, you've gone too far! The Spider-Man Menace, a new series by J. Jonah Jameson. Right, JJJ. Why wait for nasty police reports? You can make your own facts, and who cares if they're true? According to Mr. Warmth, Spider-Man should be hunted down, like a mad dog, shot on sight. None of that messy trial business, no! The web crawler's too much of a menace. Innocent till proven guilty. Remember that, Jameson? That's supposed to be our code. That's supposed to be the way we live! Why won't you let it lie, Jameson? Why won't you leave me alone? Everywhere I turn, I see you, and I see Gwen, and you're both accusing me! I have had it, Jameson! You want me guilty? You want me a madman? Oh, you've got it! I'll show you a menace, Jameson. I'll show you a threat to public safety. You just better hope your insurance is paid up, buddy. 'Cause mister, you're gonna need it!